BTS's Map of the Soul Persona album is an obvious nod to Dr. Murray Stein's book, Jung's Map of the Soul. So to fully understand the message behind BTS's comeback, we need to understand its foundation. Carl Jung introduces us to 4 archetypes that ultimately make us who we are, represented by the self. The self encompasses everything: our ego, our personality, the good, the bad, the shadow. The unconscious part of our psyche that we don't identify. Maybe because we don't want to identify with it. That's why we hide it, cover it, by putting on a mask, a public persona, how we want people to perceive us, and what we think we need to be. We've seen all of this throughout the Love Yourself series, which told us what we needed to do to love ourselves, our true selves, physically and mentally. The Map of the Soul series will guide us on how to do that. In order to love yourself, Carl Jung insists you need to be aware of yourself, every part of yourself. We've seen the persona, we've seen the shadow, and in order to get to the self, there was only one left to explore. It's something a lot of people hide, something even deeper below the shadow, the anima. For men, the anima is the feminine side of their psyche. For women, the animus is their masculine. The side that society has encouraged to be hidden away by reinforcing traditional gender roles and stereotypes. See, BTS are now prominently in the public eye all over the world. But with this comes judgment, perception, assumptions, preconceived notions on what they should be like as men. But instead of conforming for a moment of success, BTS has decided to not only shine a light on this part of themselves, but to embrace it. That explains the color scheme of their concept, the pink albums, their choice of fashion, accessories like purses in their teaser photos. The name of this purse, by the way, coincides with one of the tracks on their album alluding to a Greek god who was known to explore his sexuality. I also don't think it's a coincidence that the artist that they featured in Boy With Luv is Halsey, an openly bisexual woman. Someone who has arguably explored her animus, figured out who she was, and loves herself enough, is confident enough to embrace it. But it's not just about being LGBTQ. It's about discovering, learning who you are, and being comfortable with that despite what you're told to believe. And that's why this music video starts with Halsey inside the theater ticket booth, a theater called Persona. See, Halsey is a manifestation of BTS's anima. She represents their feminine side, closed off and hidden within the persona. But this music video is about exploring that and embracing it, finding that person, that soul behind the persona. The eyes are said to be the windows to that soul, which is why she shuts the ticket booth window. Because back when BTS were just boys in love, they were afraid to display that side of themselves. I mean, look at the references and parallels from the past. Black, white, and grays. But through their journey, they've landed at this point, no longer hiding it, but literally opening up to those windows for the world to see. We all have that thing that we try to hide away. For Junkee, he never aspired to be in the limelight. He was in the underground scene. He wanted to be a composer, a producer. Music was the persona he hid behind. But that's not where the path led him, is it? The thing that was supposed to keep him in the shadows eventually became the backdrop that shined a light on him, unlocking his true potential. BTS want to inspire us to not be scared, to reach within and find that person you're afraid to expose. Put them in the forefront beyond the persona. That's the only way you can genuinely find yourself. The only way you'll sincerely have love, not only for others, but with yourself.
Little boy with